All right, I'm going to be doing another Star Note search because the half dollars hadn't come in yet. So I got 500 ones here, and I'll be going through here and I'll be looking for older notes, Star Notes, fancy serial numbers. And I'm also going to do a little bit of unboxing today. We're going to show you how money has shrunk. It's a new addition to my collection. It's a 1923 silver certificate. And just to show you how much the dollar has shrunk, that's a 1935 silver certificate. You can see there's a little bit of difference in size. But move the seal to the other side. $1 in different colors, but this is the difference in 12 years. Just think what it's been after 120 years. But that's a new one for my size. This is just a really nice old one to add to my. This is what I do with my trinaries. I trade them in for things like these. All right. So I'm going to go through the first band of 100 here, and I will come back with you and let you know what I look for. Again, I'm looking for star notes, older serial number, or older notes, fancy serial numbers, and anything else that might be cool to look at. So I will check back with you here in a couple of minutes. Okay, I'm done with the first batch of 100. I got a low note here. It's not that low. We're going to hope to get a lot lower than that. And then high note, again, not that high. We still need to get as close to 96 million as we can. And that one's not quite anywhere close there. Didn't find any star notes. I found two alternating digit ones, 0302 0101. And this one here, 84, 89, 82, 86. So I got zeros and eights. If I can just find all the rest of the alternating ones, I will put that together, even though this one's in horrible shape. But, you know, we'll take what we can get for right now. Even if it was in pristine condition, still wouldn't be worth anything because that's just four of a kind, and four of a kinds aren't worth anything. So I'm going to go on to the next strap of 100, and I will check back with you here in a minute and let you know what I find. All right, quick update. Still no star notes. One more kind of fancy serial number. It's a trinary. Except for that second nine, all the rest of them are sevens and eights. So 7, 8s, and 9s. 7, 8s, and a 9. I'll put it that way. 4 7s, 3 8s, and a 9. So that's it. I'm going to go through the next one. I'm hoping to find something really interesting here eventually, but that one's not giving me a clue. So I will check back with you after I get done looking through them. Talk to you in a bit. All right. Well, the third strap was a total bust. Nothing in there at all to find. So on to the fourth. Talk to you here in a minute. All right. Still no star notes, but I got two older notes this time. Got a 1999 from Dallas. And I'm pretty sure that's ink or something. I didn't even look at that. Yeah, that's ballpoint pen. And this is a 1995. It is part of the, God, who is that one? St. Louis. A little bit of a stain there on it. And it was printed in Fort Worth, not a web note, because you got the FW big letter and then the plate number. If it was a web note, it'd just be the plate number by itself, and then that would be up here. So, sorry, that plate number would be up here. Probably work better if I showed it to you right side up, but plate number would be up there. All right, so we got two older notes now. I got one more stack to go through. Here's hoping we actually find a star note in our star note hunt. So we'll check back with you here in a minute and give you the summary of what I found. All right, I'm done. Last two bundles, nothing. So here's the wrap up. This is a high number and low number. They aren't high enough or low enough to be anything, so they go back in the stack. I found two alternating digits, 84, 89, 82, 86, and 03020101. So 2 alternating numbers, hanging onto them. I found a trinary, which was just one off being a binary, but 7988, 7877. So trinary, keeping that one. I found 2 older notes, 1999 and a 1995, not a web note. So those are my finds from this one. And so now, since this was so boring, I'm going to do a little practical demonstration. In 1923, whenever this came out, this was $1. So that was equal to that. This came out in 1935E, so it probably came out sometime in the 1940s. But this was also equal to $1. Now that is equal to this. So, and if you want to look at it into the ounce method, like here's an ounce. This was equal to one of these plus 4 of these dimes. Those are Barber dimes, in case you're curious. Yep, come on. They aren't rare dates or anything. They're ones I've found. Or actually, I ordered some dimes, a roll of dimes at Spot from SD Bullion, and I got those for Barber dimes in with the rolls of dimes. It was like 50 dimes, so I had like 40, or no, 38, something like that, or 36 Roosevelt dimes, 10 Mercuries, and 4 of the Barber dimes were in there. So that was cool. So that was equal to that. So that was $1.40. Or, you know, if you want to do it just in ounces, you could do the 2 Barber halves, and those are equal to 1 ounce here. And if you wanted to get this up to an ounce, you have to add in more of these. But, you know, it's like whenever these came out, this was equal to an ounce of silver. Or, you know, 2 of these were equal to $1 there, $1 there, and you had to have a whole bunch of these nowadays to get one of these. So that's the fun of coin collecting, trying to figure out how things have changed throughout life. I mean, things cost a lot more now, but, you know, we get cool things like cell phones, toilet paper, which I guess was developed in the late 1800s is when it started being sold commercially in the US, which is always a good thing. So we can buy a lot bigger variety of stuff in there. Even the poorest people in this country eat better than kings did back in the old days, just because the foods, we know how to maintain the food and everything now. Might not be able to live indoors, but you eat better. So, but that's it. I just wanted to show off some stuff here because, you know, this little hunt was really kind of boring. So, but this is the big bucks. I now have 2 large dollars like this. I got the 1899 what was it, 1899 silver certificate and the 1923 silver certificate. I believe those are both the same size, and then they switched down to this size in 1928, and that was a 1935E, which is a 5th printing. So that's it for my currency collection. I don't have that much in the way of currency. So these are the 2 big bills from my currency collection. They probably dwarf the rest of it in value. But that's it. Remember, we do this for fun. It's a hobby. But if you do it right, it's also something you can leave your heirs, or, you know, sell off to do things whenever you get older and need things. So, but it's not a short-term investment ever. You're always going to end up paying more. If you're doing it short-term, you're going to lose money. If you're getting the things to hold for long-term, you usually come out ahead. So that's it. We do this for fun. Remember, we do this for fun. It's the adventure. It's a hunt for the cool things that we find. And good luck in your hunts, and I will talk to y'all later. Y'all have a good time.